Hello. How is everyone doing? I hope all is well. So I'm coming to you all to do a brief teaching. And we're going to talk about 6 ways to level up your life spiritually. 6 ways to level up your life spiritually. Um, I want you all to look at my shirt. It's a chosen one shirt. I was trying to get it to where you all can see it, but I'm not leaned back enough. But I have these shirts on my website if you all would like to purchase one, right? It's one I created for myself. I didn't want to take it all the way up here because it looks funny, but um, also I wanted to just let you all see the merch that I have. So I'll put it in the description here. But what I want to talk about is 6 ways to level up your life spiritually. And I shouldn't be here before you long, but I just want to let you all see my shirt. Chosen one shirt. Let you all see my shirt. But I'm going to talk about 6 ways to level up your life spiritually. You may see me looking down a little bit because I have my notes. And we're going to talk about 6 ways to level up your life spiritually. Number one, you have to deepen your prayer life. Okay. You have to go beyond the surface level prayers. You have to go a little bit deeper, intentionally talking and listening to God daily. Okay. If you don't believe in God, okay, that's your business. Okay. But this is for the ones who do. You have to deepen your prayer life, right? That's how you level up, right? Two, you have to study the word consistently. Study the word, meditate on it. Is it hard? Yes, because we have an enemy. And anytime you're trying to open the Bible, you have all these different forces. And you go to thinking about stuff from 1975 when you say you want to intentionally sit down and read the word, everything else comes to your mind. So in order to level up, you have to deepen studying the word. You got to meditate on it, right? And it is hard with all the distractions, but you have to make it a point. You have to make it a point to do it. You have to do it because you want to level up, period. Right? Number three, fast with intentions, right? Fasting helps you to discipline your flesh and sharpen your spirit. Whenever you go on a fast, it heightens your ability to see spiritually. You get to see things more vividly, clearly, spiritually. You get to see things and people by their spirit, see what spirit they're operating in. Everything is so clear to you when you fast. Okay. You got to be intentional when you do that. Right. Number four, surround yourself around kingdom minded people. Right. Your circle matters when you're trying to level up spiritually. You need to be around people who strengthens you, not drain you, who has faith, who trust and believe in God the way you do, or even higher, right? Who has a higher level of faith than you do. You have to be around kingdom-minded people. You can't be around negative people who are always looking at things from a negative perspective. You need to be around kingdom-minded people, right? Number five, you have to serve others selflessly. Okay, serving others shifts, right? Shift the focus off yourself, right? It aligns your heart with God's example, right? When you take your mind off yourself, right? When you shift the focus, you'll forget about what you got going on in your life. That's just not really important at the time. Like our lives are important, but sometimes we can become too selfish that we don't think about nobody else around us. So shifting the focus on someone else, go volunteer at a soup kitchen, go feed the homeless, go find the homeless, go find someone that you can help. Okay. When you do that, that'll level up your life spiritually, because you're not always focused on self. When you focus too much on self, that can lead to mental health issues because you're just thinking about yourself all the time. It's like me, 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 me. And some people are like that. And most of those people are tormented. Most of those people are tormented. Most of those people are unhappy. They're negative because they're always so stuck on their self. When you take your eyes off yourself and you go help the homeless, Go volunteer at a soup kitchen. Go give back to what's going on in your community. Go volunteer at a church, right? That'll make you more joyous. People who have joy, right? People who have the joy of God and who are just happy, most 9 times out of 10, those people are doing stuff for others. You may not see it, but they're helping someone else. They're paying someone else bills. They're feeding the homeless. They're helping someone, get through a hard place in their life. Most of those people are helping someone else. So they're very happy and joyful. And people can get jealous of that, okay? Because they're learning to serve others. When you find people always showing all 32 or 31 or 30 or 2, how many they have, when you find people showing, grinning all the time, smiling, and you can feel it. Oh, they're serving, or they're giving, or they're doing things behind the scene that the world don't need to know about. They're giving and they're helping people without being seen, right? And number 6, you have to obey God promptly. When God tell you to move, you move. When he tell you to give, you give. When he tell you not to go this way, don't go that way. And the only way you're going to be able to hear from God if you are aligned. You have to be aligned. And fasting will help you get aligned. Okay? When you fast, you will get aligned quick. Only will your stomach be aligned because you're going to be hungry and that flesh, you're going to be wanting something to eat. You will get aligned spiritually. You will get aligned spiritually, okay? So you have to be aligned so you can obey. So 6 ways to level up your life spiritually. I'm going to go back over them. 1, you have to deepen your prayer life, right? Go beyond the surface. 2, study the word of God consistently, regardless of what people may say. If they don't believe in the word, they think it's this person created, they think things were taken out. You find, right? You find a relationship with God in his word. So you have to block out all what people talking about and get your own relationship. It's okay. Figure it out for yourself. Don't listen to what people say. Half of the people who say the Bible is this and that, they never really sat down and opened the word for themselves. It's kind of like regurgitated information from someone else. They haven't opened the word for themselves. They're just repeating something someone else said. And that's okay. If they want to live in misery and they don't want their spirit to be fed, and they don't want to level up spiritually, hey, you leave them, leave them alone. Let them figure out the way they want to do it. But for you all who are spiritually, my chosen family, you got to study the word consistently. Make a plan, even if it's 5 minutes a day, make a plan. And I know it's hard because I struggle with it, but I make sure I get something. I make sure I use my Bible app. Usually I like getting the physical Bible, but if I don't have time, I open my Bible app quickly to try to get my spirit fed, right? Number 3, fasting with intentions. Fasting helps you crucify that flesh, okay? It helps you discipline your flesh. A lot of us are battling with the spirit of gluttony. That's all we do is snack. Every time we turn around, we snacking and wonder why we're gaining weight. Like they say, wonder why our backs are big. We're always eating. Every time you turn around, we're eating something. And I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about myself too, not just you all. And I'm not saying it to make you feel bad, but we eat, right? We eat when we shouldn't be eating. We do. We eat when we shouldn't be eating. And number 4, you have to surround yourself around kingdom-minded people. Surround yourself with people who are on the same mindset as you, on the same path as you, who believe and who's can strengthen your faith and not drain you, not make you feel bad because what you believe. You have to surround yourself around those people. 5, serve others selflessly. Okay, you got to serve others. You don't have to make it a YouTube video. You don't have to tell the world what you're doing. People who serve are happier. People who give and do for others are happier. People who are unhappy, depressed, stressed, 9 times out of 10, they're not doing anything for anyone else. They're so worried about them. They're so worried about who's not doing things for them, right? Instead of getting up and doing something for someone else. And this is how the spiritual world works. Let me tell you. The spiritual world, you must do, right? You must show yourself friendly if you want friends, right? If you want to be blessed, you have to be a blessing to someone else first. But the world tells us to focus on ourselves, to be selfish. If they don't give it to me, I'm not going to give it to them. That's the selfish way. The spiritual way, you have to activate it. You have to do in order to get. If you want a friend, show yourself friendly. If you want to receive gifts and blessings, you give it first. That's how you activate the spiritual cycle. You give it first. You go help someone else with their bills. You go feed someone else. You go be a blessing and give someone else a gift unexpectedly. That's how you're going to activate that thing. Okay? That's how you do that. Not waiting. Oh, if they don't do it for me, I'm going to wait. I'm going to see what they're going to do for me. Not if they don't do it for you, you're not going to do it for anyone. No, that's not how that works. You have to do first. You take the step first. You walk by faith first, and then you'll receive. And do it just because. Do it because that's the right thing to do. But if you want to activate that, you first have to do it. You first got to take the step. You first got to give. And number 6, obey promptly. Okay? Obey. When God tell you to do something, like they say, delayed obedience is still disobedience. I mean, delayed obedience is still disobedience. I have to work on that. I'm working on it. I'm working on being punctual when God tell me to do something. If he tell me not to go somewhere, I don't go. If he tell me to say something, I say it. I try to, and it's hard, but we have to learn to be obedient. The more we do it, the easier it becomes. The more you lift weights, okay? The more you go to the gym, okay? The more you go to the gym, the easier it gets. The more weight you can start lifting, the more, as they say, iron you can start pumping. The more fit, the more endurance. It takes time. I remember one time I was so out of shape. My kids were a little younger. And I caught myself trying to do Tybo. I don't know if you all remember Tybo. He had this video to where he had these little CDs. He had all these different routines you can do. And I caught myself trying to do Tybo without no prior preparation. Okay. I'm trying to Tybo and I was so out of shape. I was hurting. One little move, I was already hurting and giving up. And so what I started doing is I started prepping myself. I started walking every other day. Then I started stretching. Then I started doing more things to get me ready to handle a Tybo video. And I think that video was like 45 minutes. And then I worked myself up to completing the entire video nonstop. But I had to prep myself first. I had to start walking every other day. I had to start stretching. I had to start doing little things to get my body moving instead of thinking I could be advanced and complete an entire Tybo video. I mastered that video. Nobody can tell me anything. I mastered that 45 minutes. Okay. I mastered it. I was determined not to be defeated by a CD. I was determined not to be defeated by a CD. No Tybo CD wasn't going to beat me. Okay. I got myself on up into it. I started stretching every day and I was out of shape. I was out of shape. I was burnt out. I was stressed. I was taking on more than I should. I had all kind of stuff going on in my life, but I was determined to complete that 45 minutes. And I started doing that 45 minutes daily. Okay. That was my workout. I mastered it. And my kids used to be looking at me like, because I used to do it early in the morning before they went to school. I think they was in middle school at that time, middle school and elementary. And my kids used to look at me, Mama, you can't do it. You always got the one child, they always so vocal, be like, Mommy, I don't think you can do it. You can't do it, Mommy. You got to, them kids honest. And I was struggling. And they used to just sit there and stare at me. They getting ready for school. They used to sit there in the hall and stare at me. Like, what is Mama doing down on that floor? She need to get up. But eventually I did, and I was proud of myself. Eventually I did it. I was proud of myself, and I mastered that Tae-Bo. Okay, I mastered it, but I realized I had to work my way up to that point. I just couldn't come out the gate. You know, if you're not fit like that, you just can't be coming out of the gate doing stuff. You got to work your way up. And that's what I did. And I'm proud of myself. So that's 6 ways how to level up spiritually. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm glad that you all gave me the time today. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. And I hope this was informational. And I will be back with more of 6, 5, 7 ways how to do different things. Okay. So that'll be my new thing moving forward, helping you all out. But I appreciate you all. You all have a blessed Veterans Day.